Thursday plays in. Thursday tends to be a little bit of a better day. We're getting closer to the weekend. Like they say, it's all downhill now, isn't it? They're a bit of fun. So there tends to be a bit more gamblers in the market, I think. When it gets to sort of Thursday, Friday, but then obviously the biggest day is usually a Saturday. I'm just going to have a quick look ahead on what's offered today. So, first of all, Sunday is an evening meeting. There is a couple of races there I could trade, but I'm probably going to be busy. That's no good for me. That's no good for me. That is a possibility. Actually, that would be probably the best race of that meeting. That's no good for me. That's no good for me. That's no good. So, if I'm still around at 7 tonight and I'm not cooking tea or whatever, I've got a few bills to do today. I've got my daughter coming over for the weekend, bank holiday weekend, so I might not be around for that, but that is an option if needed. So, Haydock. That race might have been okay, but I don't. If you notice, I don't start trading until normally about 2 in the afternoon. So that one's pretty well. That hasn't gone yet. I might have a quick look at that one. Most of the rest are too short for my strategy. Possibly the last one of the day, but it's on the very short side, so I'll probably leave it alone. But I've decided that it depends on the liquidity on the actual race. Because it's a low grade race as well, probably will leave it alone. So, Ripon, these are all short races, no good for me today. So I'll be leaving all of that alone. Yeah, sorry, there is one this race here, this handicap, which is probably one of the better races at 3. I might look at that, but the rest I'll leave alone. Worcester is probably where I'm going to be doing most of my trades today. These are nice long races, suits my in-play strategy, so that's probably what I'll be hitting. It looks quite cool. We'll look at that 5 past 2 racing in a little while. It's just coming up to 2 o'clock now. Carlisle is an evening meeting, and again, there isn't much there that suits me. Later ones, distance wise, or certainly this one here, but you know, I don't like to do it late in the evening. To be honest with you, I've got better things to do in my life than sitting on a computer at 20 past 8 in the evening, spending time with Miguel, you know. And then we've got Limerick. Limerick's also an evening. I normally do well at Limerick. I might catch some of these early races. Obviously, the early ones are maidens, though, but because they start at 4:20, it's a bit different to maiden that starts at 1 o'clock because people are actually betting already. So someone's down at bookies, you know what I mean? They're having bets already. They're going to continue on betting until they do something else. So I would find like an early, a maiden on an early sort of evening sort of meeting is better than an early sort of maiden at 12 p.m. or whatever. People are already in their strike and throwing their money away to losses or whatever they're doing. The gamblers we make our money off. So that's probably our today. I'll be busy by these time, but we'll have a look. Obviously, when we get to these, we'll have a look to see if they're any good or not. Because if the liquidity is too low, which we might be on a maiden hurdle at Limerick, we'll see. It depends on what the betting public are like today. So that's our plans. I'll come back with my first race, my first shortly to show you.
Doggerly.
Just looking at this Worcester race, which is the race, the card that I'm going to focus on today. All we know about it so far, there's a short price favourite we've got to be wary of. It's a handicap hurdle, so the liquidity should be a little bit better than some of the races today at this track. We'll see if we can make some money. We've just got to be wary that if this horse gets pulled up, falls, whatever, then the other price is going to come crashing and cause us a loss. So if anything happens to it, it needs to cancel our bets off extremely quickly. Just waiting for the race to settle down. Normally make money in this period up here. If you look at the race timer, that's where I make my cash usually. So doesn't mean I can't make cash in the green zone. We often do, but it's more likely I'm going to make my money there. We don't trade the red zones. I don't trade the start of the race, as you can see, and this one red, I don't trade that either. If you hear some Simpson sound going on, that is the race timer. Just give me some audio alerts on where we are in the race. You can set them to whatever you want if you're using the race timer. If you're not using the race timer, listen to the commentator, work out where we are in the race. I find this a lot easier method of doing it, but you can just listen to when they say, you're 3-4 furlongs out and cancel. I have traded one race already. I made £1.6 on the first race, started with £100 bankroll. Unfortunately, the video didn't work on that. It was a crap race anyway, so there's nothing lost there. Anyway, let's see what we can do.
Over nicely to Sarso in second, rest of them getting over American Craftsman and Red Centre, still just huffing and puffing a little bit.
So there's no rush to get in.
Down towards the middle flight over on the far side.
At the moment, there's a little bit of a cushion here, so I'm tempted just to go in there, but we're only looking for a bounce. I'm not going to put too big a stake in, I'm just going to go for £7. I'm using a 350 a click. So I've clicked twice on that one.
Rather short priced favourite. Didn't jump that entirely brilliantly, but hasn't checked
the market's creeping. Oh, I didn't get out in time, unfortunately, so we might have to take a loss. Quickly scratch it.
They go, and it's Invincible Wish who leads to Isle of Arran up the inside of Sarso. They're then
we're going to get matched. If not, we'll take the loss. It doesn't matter.
Lost history still nearer worse than first at the moment.
Right, I'm going to take the loss there.
Then followed by Red Centre and American Craftsman. The Greys just getting a little bit closer
we can.
Back of the field, but they're all a bit more bunched up than they were as they head out of the back straight. There are three more.
We're going to go for a bigger loss if we can get out.
And it's Invincible Wish.
So we're out. Unfortunately, losses are part of the game. If you can't deal with losses, you're not going to ever be a successful trader. It is part of it. Don't worry about it. Just get it over and done with and move on.
Red Centre is at the rear of the field now as they begin to make the turn for home. Head on inside the final half mile. There are three more flights of hurdles left to jump. Invincible Wish out in front by a length and a half or so. To Sarso,
we can get a few bits of cash through here.
I'm out of here, man.
Midnight Lost History still appears to be
I want 6 ticks now.
Then American Craftsman and Red Centre down towards the third last flight of hurdles they come, and it's Invincible
we
Wish
might have to take
being nudged along.
Sucker.
Throughout the race still travels quite strongly.
A lower profit here.
Over on the far side, 10 past midnight.
Well matched now.
Then Lost History, who's still
right. I'm getting into the danger zone, so I've got to be very careful. I want 8 6s if I'm in.
Flight they go, and it's Sarso who's taken over here. Isle of Arran in second.
I want out Sarso.
The field very quickly. Lost History though is still travelling very smoothly indeed down towards
I think that's it. So unfortunately we've got a loss on that race, but shit happens, you know, it's part of trading. We're in the danger zone, so there's no point messing around and risking more money. I could have got in for a trade on Sarso, but I didn't know whether it was going to win or lose.
Suspended.
I can't read the markets that well. That's not my skill. That's someone else's. You can see it traded right in here. So if I had gone in at say 4s to make that money back, would have been right down here. But it's 21p. What's 21p? It's nothing. What am I going to buy with 21p? Nothing. So bit of a recovery. Made a loss. Recovered most of it back on another trade. That's it for now. Move on to the next race. Forget about it. Shorter race, 1 mile 4. It's about as short as I trade. The reason I'm looking at it is it's a 3 o'clock race. It's a handicap, so we expect the liquidity to be sort of one of the better ones at Richmond today. Whether it is or not is another story, but that's what we expect. So I'm going to try and nick a few ticks. I'll have less time to trade on this race. I've got to get a bit earlier because 20% of the race, which is normally my red zone, is going to be a lesser distance, if that makes sense. So 1 mile 4 compared to over 2 miles, which I normally trade. But there's no rush to get in. I'd rather not trade it than make a mistake. So I'm tempted just to go in there for the moment. Market's bouncing around like a good one, so we might even be able to get a few more ticks. Now if that market starts creeping, which it is, big money coming in, we get out. Because it could continue creeping. It might not. I would have actually made a profit there, but you know what I'm doing is I'm not taking the risk. We just want in and out the market like that in a couple of seconds and make our profit. Done. Whether we'll get much more, I'm not sure. There's a bit of a cushion there. We can have a look at 6s in case it bounces back down, but we ain't got a lot of time left really to trade safely. Looks like that's not coming back in. I'm running out of time.
I'm out of here, man.
We'll go, just in case it's Thurs and pops in. Like that. And we're out straight away. We're not completely closed off because we've got a few extra ticks. I'd like to try and get 4 quid if we can.
I'm out of here, man.
Trying to close off. Whatever happens is a profit.
Sucker.
And you can see, it doesn't matter if it wins. We've still got £3.90, 89. I would have just liked to 4 quid, but there you go. One thing I will say, never chase round numbers. Round numbers will pain you. If you make £99.50 in a day and you won £100, you're going to trade just for 50 pence, or it could even be less than that. It could be a couple of pence. You'll go and trade some stupid race you shouldn't be involved in. You know what happens. You'll end up losing money. And then maybe you've lost 2 or 3 quid. Then you'll make it worse because you'll trade something else because you wanted that £100. Then all of a sudden you're down to 85. Then you do something crazy to pull that money back. And then before you know it, you've blown your whole day's profit. Don't chase round numbers. Do not do any chasing except what is offered to you. If you make, like I have here, £3.89, accept it. It doesn't have to be 4 quid. If you make, even if you make like £297 in a day, don't chase that last 3 quid because that is where you'll do your money. Anyway, best of luck in the markets. Let's move on to the next race.
The Rev is at the back of the field, so they still at a
you can see the markets are quite stable. This is often to do with fill rates, so it's important you look at these white numbers and see how much is coming in. It's not just about the money waiting, it's the white numbers that actually take the prices. They're who we make our money off, these gamblers. People that have got prices waiting are probably a bit more savvy.
And still, how do you do?
There's still nothing going on, there's no excitement so far.
Terra Firma Lady.
You've got to know when to sit on your hands when you're trading. You don't just fire away and keep hitting the buttons and hope for the best. If you do that, you're never going to make money.
Pieces and the nosebands, so they're making their way past us. Heading on
part of trading is, well, the biggest part of trading is doing nothing and waiting and knowing when you should be doing nothing. And this is certainly a time for that.
It's How Do You Do, who's in front now by about 2 lengths to Terra Firma Lady in second. Single file now.
You see the favourites going out a bit, which probably means this one's going to push in.
Back of the field. Now, just round that bend, How Do You Do? Gavin Sheen has just pressed the accelerator.
Doesn't mean he won't come back and win it, though.
To a slightly larger advantage as they pass their point of departure. Terra Firma Lady in second.
I still can't see much. These prices are pretty crap as well.
At the back of the field as they make
I'd have to use bigger stakes. So just for that reason, I'm just going to use my stake. Because if I have to go in at these lower prices, I'm not going to make much money with 3.50, so I'm going to stuff it to a £5 just in case.
I'm out of here, man.
You see that's sold it on every ladder by doing that.
Take this line under the trees. So as they make their way
still, nothing happening.
The flights over on the far side, 5th from the finish. How Do You Do? Hoop jacket, red cap, out in front. Terra Firma Lady.
Right now, it's just a lottery.
France de Rev in 3rd, and then Kenford Mallard as they come to this one. Kenford Mallard probably just in 3rd, actually ahead of France de Rev, but it's
so this runner, Terra Firma Lady, is jumping around a little bit, but the price is so short, I don't really want to get involved in it, if I'm honest with you. Now we're starting to jump around a little bit more. There's not much money in this market, though, so what we're really going to want, I ain't got much time left to trade either.
Terra Firma Lady, the yellow cap, still
see what's going to happen.
And France de Rev at the rear of the field.
Certainly don't want to bloody lay the winner. Right, going to go in there quickly for a few ticks.
As they make their way out of the back straight. How Do You Do? The leader by a couple of lengths to Terra Firma Lady.
Sucker.
Just to the back marker position.
We might have to take another loss here.
To ratchet up now pace-wise as they come down the side of the track for the final time. 3 more flights of hurdles left to jump. Gavin Sheehan has a look behind and has just pressed on again by a couple of lengths. To Terra Firma Lady in second. Kenford Mallard now being niggled along, and then France de Rev at the rear of the field. Down towards the 3rd last they come. How Do You Do has been out in front for most of this contest. Leads by a length or so to Terra Firma Lady in second. The flags are down, the tapes are back, and they're off
in play.
You Are Not Alone novices hurdle.
So, just looking at this race now, it is 3:45 in the afternoon on a Thursday. Thursdays are normally better days, but Worcester's not the greatest track in the world, but it's the track offering me the
Oakley.
I like to trade. What do we know about this race? We know we've got basically an even money horse, which is going to control a lot of market, and we've got another short runner. If we look up here, look, you can see I've also got obviously Light Liquor, is it? He's probably the horse I'm going to trade, but the other 2, you can see they're big odds. Percussion we might look at, we certainly won't be looking at Sussex Road unless something amazing happens with it. So there's not really a lot on offer on this race. Also, it's a novice race, which also means, because it's a novice race, the horses are novices, they've not run a lot. Hunters aren't going to know the horses, so they're not going to be lumping down loads of money. So what the liquidity is going to be, we don't know. It doesn't look too bad so far, actually. It's not a disaster, but it's not brilliant either. You know, it's not like a Saturday afternoon race. So we'll have a little look, see if we can make some cash, let the race settle down. As always, I'll probably be making my money in this section of the race here. It's normally where I profit. We won't be trading this part. We won't be trading that. Part of the race is safe, but only if the market allows us to, or gives us an opportunity to make money. Anyway, we'll crack on and see what we can do on this one.
Of the field is the white face of Licklighter. So then they'll be making their way into the home straight.
So as always, we're waiting for an opportunity. I've just reset the ladders. They look like it's come in. Johnny B is now moved out. Jack Brown, the favourite, has now gone on. Percussion's up there as well. I'm going to pull percussion, and I'm not interested in trading at that lower odds. To be fair, but I do need to keep an eye on it because it has a big effect on the rest of the market. So that's up there, look, if you see. We can always just hit that there and see much more information if we want
a trail behind this
a deeper look into the market and how much money it's waiting like that. But I can see that
again as a bit of a look at that
if I just switch ladders as well.
Much better than Sussex Road.
So just waiting for an opportunity,
who's taking a bit of a hold,
looking for a cushion.
And Licklighter. This will be the second last in a
I am tempted to go in at 4s on Licklighter,
Sussex Road in
quickly, but I'm cancelling it off straight away. The market's creeping, so there's money on every price band, which means it's likely, more likely to come in than bounce. We don't want that. We want it to bounce. Bounce now as some money disappeared, but then it's coming in again. So not a good time to trade. Best to leave it alone.
Hard hold on that one. Then
we wait for our moments. Always wait for your moment.
The white-faced Licklighter. So there's only about 4 lengths first to last.
No rush to get in, rush to get out.
And head out on the final circuit. Johnny B, the leader. Jack Brown on the inside of Sussex Road in the green and yellow colours, the outsider there. Jack Brown, the blue cap. Dark blue then of Percussion racing in fourth, and Licklighter is still at the back of a...
So Licklighter's at the back, and the price has come in massively, so obviously punters like the way that he's running. Even though it's at the back, it's funny how that can happen sometimes.
Take it up in his own right and goes quickly on here by 2 or 3 lengths to Sussex Road.
Now we've got a little cushion at 4s. I am tempted to go in here, but it's just because this market is creeping, it doesn't give me too much confidence in it. To be fair,
and it's Johnny B who leads.
There is more money coming to lay it, but that is just because it's at the back. Doesn't just because it's at the back is going to win, and that's why we don't trade finish of the race.
Towards the first of the flights over on the far side, and it's Johnny B. Saw a long stride there, got over it in front to Jack Brown in second. Licklighter now moves into third. Percussion in fourth, and Sussex Road has been relegated to last.
So we've got party match there.
Down the far side.
Can we get the rest match?
Position, Jack Brown.
If we can't, we'll take the loss or a smaller profit. Simple as. Just give it a couple more seconds.
Out of here, man.
Much longer. And I'm lowering that in. I'm not taking no risk. Just say we're out.
Johnny B at the middle flight down the far
it might well go up, and I would have actually got match look, but you see, I just didn't take the risk because I don't know. No one can predict. I think anyone can predict how the market's going to go. You're in a dream world. That's not how trading works. You just play the percentages. A lot of people don't get that.
Then Licklighter in third, followed by Percussion in fourth, and Sussex Road has just
I'll try it again.
One in fifth, and a more and more remote fifth. So they're making their turn out of
the
back straight.
We're looking for a spike. That's it.
And it's Johnny B.
I'm out of here, man.
Jack Brown in second. Licklighter's been patiently ridden.
Now we're in a bit of trouble, so we've got to get out. We've got to get out.
Followed by Percussion
whatever.
As they make the turn and head on into the home straight very shortly. And it's Johnny B, who hasn't been too far away throughout, to Jack Brown, the blue cap, the inside rail. They're then followed by Licklighter.
Question is, how little can we get out for?
Percussion is still
not too far away from the price at the moment.
Tailed off, making the swing for home. 3 more flights of hurdles left to jump, and it's Johnny B that leads.
So let's take a £6 loss. It's just part of the game, unfortunately.
In there by Licklighter as they turn for home. Then Percussion, who's driven along.
I'm going to go for more 6. Probably would have got matched up, but it's just not worth taking the risk.
Clear sight of this third last, and Licklighter, the white face, still travelling strongly. Down towards the third last they go. Johnny B out in front to Licklighter, the left in between the pair. Jack Brown, who's travelling strongly, and Percussion's not out of this either. Down towards the second last they go. Johnny B, Licklighter towards the left, and in between between the pair, Jack Brown. Licklighter and Jack Brown now take over towards this near side, and Jack Brown is now travelling strongly. Licklighter is trying to throw down a challenge towards the near side. Jack Brown and Licklighter to go towards the final flight. Jack Brown the leader, to Licklighter in second, then Johnny B in third, Percussion is in fourth, down towards the final half furlong they come now. Jack Brown, who's always travelled pretty strongly, is now lengthening away and going to double up here at Worcester. Jack Brown in the end a very easy winner, to Licklighter who finishes in second. Johnny B was third.
Market suspended.
And Sussex Road is just coming to the final flight now.
So that was a very unsuccessful trade. My worst trade of the week so far, unfortunately, my biggest loss. But it was wise to take the £6.15 loss. But it traded. I had to get out at 2.92. But look, you see that traded right on odds on. Now at this stage, if that horse was going to win, I'd have been looking at a £40 or even playing my whole bank. At the moment, I've just blamed the profit I made today. I've still got a little bit, 50p, not a lot. But that's the way it goes sometimes. But you've got to be wise. You've got to do this, because if you don't, you will smash your bank.
Towards the third last. The Trooper Jones, a two-tone blue down the centre of the track. Then Sinister Minister as Force 10 fades. They're then followed by Grove Ash. They're over the third last and making their way towards the penultimate flight. And it's Brief Ambition, the white sleeves, out in front. To Trooper Jones in second. Brief Ambition, Trooper Jones. Little to choose between them. Then the grey Sinister Minister. They're well on from the rest. Down towards the final flight now. And it's Brief Ambition goes on into a lead of a length and a half. Trooper Jones is trooping on in second, but over the final flight in fourth spot. Then up the inside, a Soccer Star. They're then followed in fifth position by a driven along the Macon Lunatic. Gold Link is still making nice headway up the inside there for Tom Bella.
They're out there straight away.
And then Faint
Be nice if we can do it again.
Do so. Then Percy Street and Mix of Clover High Change is now being driven along and not going anywhere fast at the moment.
I want even more
followed by
now,
Wishful Dreaming and then Envol de la
Cancelling it off.
making the swing
Resetting the ladders.
more flights of her. 3 furlongs or so left to go, and Repetitio still giving a bold sight out in front. A Soccer Star travels quite well though in second spot. Espalion now being driven along towards the left in the red and blue as we look at them. Gold Link and Black Cap continues to make a serene headway into fourth position. Over the third last they go. Repetitio jumped it well. A Soccer Star in second, still going very well is Gold Link in third. Faint Hope, the Dark Sleeves, moves into fourth. Espalion now just beginning to struggle.
Can we get a tenner and if the price comes back in?
Repetitio over in front to Soccer Star in second. Gold Link is still making really nice headway, just coming between the pair. Now we've got a dropped whip as well. Down towards the final flight they come. A Soccer Star is about the leader, but Gold Link jumped that really economically and well goes through to take it.
So you say that's 9.66.
Then Repetitio and Faint Hope. Down towards the final half furlong they come.
Anyway, I'm out of this one. See you on the next race. I'll just let this go in case you're interested to see who wins.
Travelled well, can't get past, and racing up towards the line. A Soccer Star.
Whilst Pikea was far from
so just went for a small profit here if the price comes in. If it don't, it don't. Everything's jumping around a bit at the moment.
Again, Pikea slower than some of her rivals. Prince of Air is the overall back marker as they head on their way towards number 3. It's Burlier Express who has the advantage. Leads by 2 lengths to Baltic Moon and Delia's Pet. 2 and 3. Old Durham Town is next as they go out over it. Pikea has been relegated to be the overall.
So we don't want to get caught out by the winner or the price going through us, so we're just looking for spike as always.
Burlier Express, Delia's Pet, Baltic Moon, as they head on the way on towards this one from Story Rory, safely out over it. Again, Pikea
still quite early days.
Over it is losing ground at the tail of the field, is detached in these early stages, and it looks as though Pikea is going to pull up after jumping poorly over the opening 4 flights. So the remaining 17 runners head into the home straight, and they're being headed by Burlier Express. Has the advantage to Caracan in second. Old Durham Town with the pink caps on the inside of Baltic Moon, purple and yellow. The bright orange cap of Delia's Pet races in 5th position from the blue and yellow of Ben Bull.
No point taking the risk, didn't like the look of it, so we're out.
Now sits in 7th position.
And I was right to do that. You can see that sitting below me. I wouldn't have been matched yet. I might have got matched, but we don't know. We can always go back in.
Go out over the first of the home straight. Story Rory's white sleeves on the inside, being tracked on that.
We would have got matched, would have made a profit, but
they go out
always better to be safe than sorry.
My Little Lilies towards the tail end of the field.
Got the same issue going on now. I'm cancelling it off.
yellow and purple. Little Brown Mouse, Mustang Sally and Prince of Air is the overall back marker. So well strung out, it's Caracan who comes over and takes up the advantage at the head of affairs, and the double-seeking Charlie Hart to Old Durham Town Rachel Blackmore on the inside of Burlier Express and Michael Doyle.
Careful yourself, Tom Town, it might come in.
Always been front rank and sits just
Right,
in
I'm dropping the
behind
price.
this front trio with Baltic Moon on the outside and Ben Bulb and Boyd down the inner. The front group then racing turn 4 clear overall, comes up on the outside of Gaius de Marsigny, the Colleen Simple Twist of Faith, Story Rory, My Little Lily and Barrow Bounty are next. The back quartet includes Little Brown Mouse with
so I don't lose track of it, really.
Sally and Prince of Air. So closing in on flight number 7 and out over it, Caracan jumping well from the head of affairs in the white jacket to Burlier Express on the outside.
I'm out of here, man.
Ben Bulben,
so in that match there, we just need to get matched on our exit.
Debut races on the outside and a share of that 4th position.
It's looking dangerous, so I'm just going to try and get out first for the price.
From Story Rory, the Colleens. Simple Twist of Fate was just being nudged along as they head out over the next, where Baltic Moon got in tight to it. Gaius de Marsigny wasn't foot perfect out over it at this stage, as they climb on their way towards number 10, which is 3 from the finish. Caracan with the advantage to Old
I'm out of here, man.
Come on.
Less than length is the advantage for the leader safely out over it. Baltic Moon took a slight chance out over it. Mustang Sally and My Little Lily are the back pair. But
what a lower price.
Old Durham Town, they're 1-2 from Ben Bulben Boy on the inside. Out wide is Baltic Moon in the Luke McMahon colours. Now coming into that 3rd spot from All Thumbs Up. Story Rory from the back of the field in a blue cap makes progress. Delia's Pet begins to draw back. The Colleen's Gaius de Marsigny, Prince of Air is next from Simple Twist of Faith. After Simple Twist of Faith is Febreze with Barrow Bounty. But turning in, there's 3 almost in a line as they head on their way towards the penultimate flight. Old Durham Town and Ben Bulben Boy are the 2 that begin to stride on as they head out over it. 3rd position for Caracan. Story Rory is next. Baltic Moon hasn't been able to pick up at the home straight.
Now, it's a case of how much money can we get.
But it is Ben Bulben Boy, a good jump out over the final flight. That surely seals victory for the Keith Donoghue ridden Ben
Looks like we're only going to get 4 quid, but that'll do.
Ben Bulben Boy, who finished 4th in 2 bumpers.
Yeah, just £4.
Market suspended.
On that one, but you know, sometimes you get these offsets. You see, like if that come back and won, I'd have won 34 quid. But that is because I went in for 10 ticks and I got something like 20. So because I needed a smaller offset, the rest of it goes in as a bet, which means I'm still close off of the position I originally planned, but it just means I've got a bigger offset should that come back. Shame it didn't come back, because if it has, we might have, you know, it didn't have to come back and win, but if it come back in down here, we might have got a tenner or something. Looked like we could have done for a second or so, but there's a 2-second delay when you're betting in play, so that's always going to slow you down, unfortunately, and sometimes stop these. But when they do come in from time to time, you can get some very nice profits. Anyway, best of luck in the market.
They're in the gate.
So this is a Group 3 race at
Market
Sandown.
Inplay.
Downside, it's in the evening. It is better quality horses, so I'm not sure what the quality is going to be like. We'll have to play it by ear. There is a short price favourite involved, so we've got to be careful if anything happens to that, because the rest of the market will come crashing in if it falls or gets pulled up or something silly like that. Anyway, or, you know, if it just, whatever, doesn't do very well, something else is going to crash in. What you've got to remember is if they're odds on or short priced, they hold so much of the market share, that's more than 50%. So if that goes shooting out right up here to 20s or something straight up to here, then something else has to come in. Anyway, we'll see if we can make some money. I'll probably make money in this part of the race here, but we'll see.
On the outside of Lismore, then just a length back to Ranchan towards the inside rail, and the back marker is Rainbow Dreamer as they reach the top of the hill, and now they're about to swing the corner, which takes them down the side of the course. Naif Road just looking out a little bit wide around that turn, so too Lismore in second place, but no harm done, and they race on now well inside the final mile.
So just waiting for an opportunity. I'm using £4.26 stake. I'd like to mix them up a little bit from time to time.
A further length away to the inside, Ranchand is is in third. Just slightly shuffled back now in fourth is Ocean Wind as they take the turn with 1.25 miles to go. It is Rainbow Dreamer who still observes at the back of the field of 5.
So I don't want to
So
trade
down
backwards on because it's too
Sandown
short
back
price,
straight they
but
go.
I am keeping an eye on it
AF
up
Road's
there.
lead is
See the
3/4
price.
of a length in the
And if
hands
we want more
of Ben
in-depth
Curtis.
information on the
Jamie
market, we can
Spencer
always
and
just click
Lismore
on there.
racing in second.
But
A
that'll
length
do
and a
me for
half
now.
away is Sheen Murphy and Ranch Hand in third. A neck to the outside is Ocean Wind and Jack
Still waiting
Mitchell
for an
and a
opportunity
length and
to
a half to
occur.
Holly
Not
Doyle
much I can
on
see
Rainbow
that's
Dreamer.
exciting at the
And they're
moment.
about to
Nothing
reach
turns me on.
halfway in the 58th running
So
of
we
the
will
Henry
wait.
II, and it is still AF Road who leads the parade. Still leads by a controlled 3/4 of a length to Lismore towards the outside, who races in second. Now 2 lengths back to Ranchand, who is in third against the rail. A neck away on the outside is Ocean Wind, and still waiting with at the back of the pack is Rainbow Dreamer, and they're now entering the final 3/4 of a mile. AF Road, taking a little bit wide down the back straight, still leads the way to Lismore, racing in second. The second wave, Ocean Wind, on the outside of Ranch Hand, and the back marker
Constantly
remains
watching
Rainbow
this
Dreamer,
price on the
as he has
favourite.
been throughout, as they leave
Constantly
the back straight
watching what
behind them.
money's coming
And now
in.
they're about to enter the final
We don't want to
4.5
creep down in
furlongs
too
for
big a
Coral.
stakes.
Henry
Got
the
my finger over
second
the
stakes,
XT and I'm
and it is still
cancelling off
Nayef
straight
Road,
away.
bidding to give
Be
Mark
dangerous.
Johnston his 5th win in the race.
I'm out of here,
Just a bit
man.
safer now.
The
Now I'll
outside
go
for
for it.
Ireland is in second. Ocean Wind, a shake of the reins. Ranch
And we
Hand on
want
his
out. Come on,
inside,
match
and
us
a
up.
couple of lengths back to Rainbow Dreamer. In
There's a
line
bit
for
of profit
home.
there.
They
We'll
now
do it
have
again.
3.5 furlongs to go, and
We ain't
Lismore
got much
is coming
time
into
left.
the centre of the course, and Jamie Spencer has kicked and has gone for home. Nayef Road very quickly has come under pressure, and it's now Ranch Hand who's moved into second. Ocean Wind is
I'm
in
out of here,
third,
man.
and
See if we
then
can get a bit
Rainbow
of money on this
Dreamer.
Ocean
Now
Wind
they're out
and
towards
out.
the final 1/4 mile, and Lismore
Come on, match
has
us
come
up.
right across
And we're out.
towards the
And
near
now we're in the
side
danger
edge,
zone,
and
so we
inside
do
the
not
final
stay
1/4
no more.
mile, her lead.
And that's £5. There you go.
Sucker.
Well, it'll be either £5.55, let's pull that down, or £5.39. Probably £5.39 by the looks of it. Yeah, £5.39. That'll do me. Next race, move on. Best of luck in the markets. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If you need information on the Racetimer, or just drop me an email. If you need a copy of Geeks Toy profile, drop me an email. I'll share that for nothing. And if you want a copy of the Geeks Toy to get set up, there's a link below. All the best. Be lucky. Be successful. Take your time. Pick your markets and your race selections very carefully. All the best. Bye-bye.
Seconds.
Okay, if you compare your Racetimer, which is live, to your
I'm
video,
out of here, man.
how far your video is behind. You can see I'm about half a second behind. Doesn't
0
give me much
seconds.
We don't know anymore now. It's a post time, but there's no reason why that is going to change. Having a good day today. I did say earlier, if you saw one of my earlier videos, that I wasn't feeling too well when I was going to give up for the day. But my missus has gone down the gym. I'm feeling a bit better, so I've traded a couple more races since. Having a good day so far. I started with a £50 bankroll as always.
Market
So we're now
in
on
play.
£53.65 profit for the day. See if we can make a few more quid on this one. Don't know if I'll trade much more after this. I might do. And I'll show you some results and other bits and bobs at the end. Anyway,
Dokily.
Front quartet covered by 3.5 lengths. Race in advance of Central Court, Alterno, Atto and Maria Francesca. After these races, the
so just waiting for an opportunity.
with Little Lady Lou and Fleury's Fort.
No,
Monaghan Armagh Lady races just on the inside of Last Return. Out wide for Saga Aravi as they go out over flight number 1. Towards the rear of the field is
when it
Gifted
goes wrong,
to Kate,
you get out
Tender Hearted.
race away.
Shackleton Island is the back marker as they go out over number 2, Mistake by Tender Heart. So continuing to climb along the back straight, and it is Rathnaline 2 with the advantage by 2.5 to Little Mar on the inside of Muyam Spiriton's Alterno, being tracked by Central Court as they go out over number 3 out. Wider for Clonbury Bridge, Maria Francesca Atto against the rail for Kinnegad's Lad. Little Lady Lou races in mid-division.
Actually, is dead. Is that been...
Out wide is Saga RV being stopped.
I reckon that horse was withdrawn and we didn't see it. Right, what I'm going to quickly do,
who landed on
I'm
all
close
fours.
this market
Last
book,
Return is next,
and I'm
being
going to
followed by
reopen
Gifted
it,
to Kate.
and
Out
then
wide for
hopefully that runner
Tender
will
Heart.
disappear.
Kinnegad Lad races on the inside of
Get the
Monaghan
ladder back
Armagh
up.
Lady. And the back marker is Shackleton Island.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
So right-handed they race. Rider of Little Lady Lou, just to have lost his irons as they back straight. It's Rathnaleen 2 and Sean Flanagan, who has the advantage to Muyam Spirit, Shane Mulcahy in the centre, Little Mar on the inside and James O'Sullivan, Clonbree Bridge in blue and Luke Dempsey on the outer, the noseband of Atu and Shane Fitzgerald. Just on the inside, so Saga Aravi and the double chasing Brian Cooper. Bright green cap of Alterno and Owen Walsh's next central court is down the inside as they wait over this next one. Same ground down the inside in blue and red is Kinnagad's lad. Maria Francesco is just off the outside of this one, being followed by Atto and Little Lady Lou. Last return from Monaghan Armagh to Flurry's fort. Saga Aravi has dropped back a position or two from the black colours of Gifted to Kate. Black and yellow sleeves are next of Tender Heart, and Shackleton Island in blue and orange has always been the back marker. But Rathnaleen 2 looking to buy a £10 rise in the weights, leads them out on their second circuit as they head on their way towards the flights down along the back straight, which are 7 through 10, and it is a bit more money down here, but still has made all the running to this point from Little Mar and Muyam Spirit, Clonbree Bridge and Central Courts on the inside of Maria Francesca. Tracking these races, Kinnegad Lad, Alterno and Atto from Little Lady Lou and Last Return. Out wide for Flurry's fort with Monaghan Armagh Lady as the leader got a good jump out over the first down along the back straight. Towards the tail end of the field, Shackleton Island, company with Gifted to Kate. Also towards the rear is Saga Aravi. And at the back of the field, Tender Heart is having to be driven along. So heading on their way towards the next, number 9, which is 4 from the finish. Rathnaleen 2 still has the advantage to Little Mar Muyam Spirit. Central Court has always been saving ground down the inside. Maria Francesca is next with Kinnegad Lad. Little Lady Lou, Clonbree Bridge, Atto and Alterno is next as they close in on the third last flight, number 10. It is Rathnaleen 2 to Little Mar on the inside. Central Court continues to get closer as they go out over it. Gifted to Kate Shackleton Island. They're struggling in company with Tender Heart, but at the head of affairs it is Rathnaleen 2 and Sean Flanagan with the advantage. A wall of horses in behind Central Court from Little Mar Muyam Spirit. Making good ground is Maria Francesca, Clonbree Bridge. Atto's now under a drive. Kinnegad Lad's been patiently ridden down the inside with the cheap pieces from Little Lady Lou. They're being followed by Monaghan Armagh Lady, followed by Tender Heart and Saga Aravi, but straightening on up, and Rathnaleen 2 has challengers for the first time in the race. Clonbree Bridge and Maria Francesca 2 and 3. Kinnegad Lad still catches the eye into 4th position from Muyam Spirit as they go out over the second last, and Rathnaleen 2 is now being forced through effort by Clonbree Bridge. Jump will be crucial out over it. Rathnaleen 2 on the inside of Clonbree Bridge. They're neck and neck as they race inside the final 50. Clonbree Bridge, the near side, is just getting the better for Luke and Philip.
Yeah. I was hoping for a photo finish. I've not had a photo finish today, but I often make money on photo finishes. Sometimes you make money
out of here, man.
If you're in there quick enough and you know what's won and you can get a good price, and I'd still close your position off because I've been caught out before where there's been a dead heat and I thought something won, and then you lose half your stake.
Sucker.
Anyway, next race. If you're wondering why the race time is behind, that's because I restarted the market, don't forget. So I was aware of that. I knew I had to get out a bit sooner. So I look at the next race. I don't know if I'm going to trade anymore. If I do, if there's an opportunity, I will. If not, I'll just tie up with a finish video in a second. Bye for now. You'll bear in mind it's a shorter race. We can't trade it on quite as long as normal.
He's got that lead down
Still
to
no
length. There's 3.5 lengths back to Foxtel and a further 2.5 to Yukon Glen.
I'm just watching these markets for a quick opportunity.
And on towards the final
Doesn't look like we're going to make much in this race.
Sangarius still has the lead. The lead now reduced to half
go in
a
there
length by Extra Elusive towards his outside.
And that is because
now nearly 4 lengths back to Foxtel and the back marker Yukon Glen, and they leave that back straight with Brian Moore 4, and Sangarius out in front. To in second, Extra Elusive and Holly Doyle.
Come on,
Now
get us
a
matched,
further
get us
4
matched, get us
lengths
matched.
to Foxtel and Sylvester Souza.
We're not
And then
far away,
Eugene
come
Ray
on.
and Paul Mulrennan. And they're on the turn, and they've gone
And we're
through
out.
halfway.
Might
And
even get a chance to
Sangarius'
find more,
lead
actually.
is a length. Ridden along, Extra Elusive already now beginning to feel the heat in second place.
Yeah,
A
he
shake
is.
of the reins for Foxtel.
So we're gonna
Urged
go
to close now by Sylvester Souza.
Twig.
Back in third. Yukon Glen is still the
Will we
back
get
marker.
matched?
Sangarius is the one they've got to come and catch.
I'm outta
He's the
here,
one who's
man.
travelling best into the race, and they're coming down now towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Sangarius now is ridden for the first time. Extra
Nearly got
Elusive
matched
is
there.
staying on. Foxtel
Right,
has a high
because
head
it's a
carry.
shorter race,
I'm
I'm
outta
out
here, man.
sooner on the race timer because that's normally 20% of the race. I don't trade, but 20% of a 1-2 is a lot
Sucker.
difference. 20% of 1-4. We nearly got matched the second time. Didn't quite come down to us, but we still made £2.59. That's me done for the day. Now I'm going to share one other secret that I do. I might have shared this secret before, but it's a bloody good one. Right, rather than keep making transactions all the time,
Market
I'm going to
suspended.
have to wait for the money to come in. So I've got £2.59 to come. I don't know how long it will take. The race has only just finished. Betfair take a couple of minutes to transfer it off. I'll show you quickly anyway. I just won't do it until that's coming. I'll do it after the video's closed. But you see, I've made that. I've got another £2.59 to add on there. And all I do is I transfer it to my poker wallet. Now, my poker wallet is where I've got my profits for the last week. So I'll now have, obviously you can see I've got over 400 quid in total. I like to have 4 times the amount I'm using daily. So daily at the moment, I'm only starting with 50 quid because of COVID-19 and things are starting to pick up slowly, but not quick enough for my liking. So before I start using £100 banks, I'll keep it at 50. That means I want to keep 200 quid in total, 150 in there, 3 extra banks, 1 there. So I've now got a couple hundred quid to withdraw for profits this week. It's only Thursday today. Hopefully I'll make a bit more. Got my daughter coming for the weekend, so whether I trade or not over the next couple of days depends on exactly what she's doing. There you go, the money's in. So can I reset that so the money comes in? Hang on, no, because it doesn't say 107 yet. So 107, so who's good at maths? It'll be £57.89. Transfer that to the old poker wallet. I don't play poker, by the way. It's just a savings account for me. I used to, if you've been trading for a long time, you remember the old Australian wallet. I used to do it with the Australian wallet, but since that's disappeared, I use the poker wallet instead. So you can see I've got like that as a savings. There's no risk of me losing that because I don't actually play poker, and I can just transfer it back as I need it, or I can transfer it into my main wallet and make a withdrawal as I need to. Obviously, I'll be making a withdrawal of at least a couple of hundred quid this week from my profit. Anyway, best of luck in the market. It's got me 50 quid set up for tomorrow if I do trade. If I do, I'll do a Friday video. If not, I'll see you next week. All the best. Be lucky. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit like. And any queries, drop me an email. If you need the Racetimer, drop me an email. If you need my profile for the Geeks Toy, drop me an email. And there's a link below if you just need to install the Geeks Toy. Can help you out with all that. Any queries, no problem. Anyway, all the best. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.